Today's course of instruction is on customs and courtesies aboard Navy ships. This is a short course of instruction, and we only go over a couple of items, but they're very important. Our objective is to describe some shipboard customs and courtesies. In order to understand shipboard customs and courtesies, you must understand what a custom and what a courtesy is. Customs are behaviors that have been performed for such a long time that they become commonplace. Things like standing when someone enters a room. A courtesy is an expression of consideration or respect for another person. This can either be through a word or an action. In the Navy and in the military in general, salutes are a form of courtesy, but they have also become a custom. Aboard a ship, it is customary for sailors to salute the commanding officer or any visiting officer who is senior to the commanding officer on every meeting outside while covered, and to salute all other officers at the first time they meet during the day. Another courtesy that has become a custom is side honors. This is a special ceremony where officials or officers boarding or leaving a ship are saluted by a group of sailors called side boys. Now, here we use side boys as a non-gender term. The side boys can be male or female. Side honors and side boys have its origins back during the days of sail, when special dignitaries and official guests would be brought aboard the ship using the bosun's chair. The larger the individual, usually the more important, and the side boys would be the ones to man the lines to hoist this visitor aboard the ship. The more senior and important you were, the more side boys it would take to lift your girth up into the air and over the rails onto the ship. While we no longer bring dignitaries aboard ship in the bosun's chair, it has become customary to hold the ceremony with the side boys. In the ceremony, 4 to 8 sailors line up, half on each side of the ceremonial quarterdeck. The number of sailors in ranks is corresponding to the importance of the official. Officers of the rank of commander rate 4 side boys, 2 on each side. A rear admiral lower half ranks 6 side boys, 3 on each side. A 4-star admiral ranks 8 side boys, 4 on each side. What you just heard was the sound of the bosun's mate pipe, or the bosun's pipe. The bosun's pipe is used to begin the salute of the side boys during the honor ceremony. Once the side boys hear the first note of the pipe, they salute, and they continue to hold their salute until the last note is given. Another custom and courtesy that has developed over the years in the Navy is that of passing honors. Passing honors is to ships as saluting is to individuals when they meet each other. Just like when 2 military personnel meet each other while walking and covered in the Navy, the junior provides a salute to the senior, so too does this happen with ships. Passing honors between ships consists of sounding attention and rendering a hand salute by all persons in view on deck and not in ranks, and is exchanged between ships of the Navy and ships of the Navy and the Coast Guard when passing close aboard to one another. The signals for the actions required are 1 blast of a whistle for attention for starboard side, 2 blasts for attention if it's the port side. That is followed by 1 blast, which is hand salute. Once the senior ship has responded and passed the junior ship, 2 blasts of the whistle means end your salute. And then 3 blast is carry on. These signals are given by a police whistle. On the signal of attention, all hands in view on deck, port or starboard side as indicated by the number of blasts of the whistle, will come to attention and face outboard. At the sound of 1 blast, all hands in view, not in ranks, will salute. If the sailors are in ranks, They will remain at attention, and the petty officer or officer in charge will render the salute. At 2 blasts, personnel saluting bring their hands back to their side, but remain at attention until 3 blasts are sound. Another ceremony that we hold aboard Navy and Coast Guard ships is colors. Colors is the raising and lowering of the flags. The color ceremony is performed twice a day. First, they're raised at 0800, morning colors, and then they are lowered, evening colors, at sunset. This is conducted by the color detail. It is organized by the officer of the deck and consists of a petty officer in charge, 1 to 2 people on the stern for the national flag, and 1 or 2 people on the bow at the jackstaff. When the ship is underway, however, it flies the national ensign from the mast and is flown day and night, so no color ceremony takes place. As I said before, when in port, ships fly the national flag on the stern, but they fly the National Union Jack on the jackstaff on the bow. According to Navy regulations, the U.S. Union Jack should be the same size as the canton of the national ensign flown from the ship's stern. The canton is the blue field with the stars. If you've seen pictures of Navy and Coast Guard ships in the last 10 years, you'll notice that they are not flying the Union Jack from the jackstaff. Instead, they're flying a different flag. This is called the Navy Jack, or the Don't Tread on Me flag. It was first used in the Continental Navy in 1775 and was used by the Navy after 9/11 and the global war of terrorism. It has since been replaced with the Union Jack again. In conjunction with the raising and lowering of the flags for colors, the national anthem is played whenever possible by either a live band, a bugler, or audio tapes during morning colors. Attention is sounded, and the hoisting or lowering begins and ends to coincide with the beginning or the end of the music. Without the national anthem, the signal to begin and again when it's done is done by a whistle or a bugle call. As a cadet, there may be an opportunity for you to participate in a color ceremony. While in uniform and in ranks, you should come to attention. The person in charge of the formation will salute until carry on is sounded. You, however, in ranks, will not salute. Just stay at the position of attention. If you're not in ranks, but in uniform, you should turn to face the colors, come to attention, and provide a hand salute until carry on is sounded. If there is no flag visible, you should face in the direction where the music is coming, come to attention, and provide a hand salute until carry on is given. If you're in civilian clothes or athletic attire, you should stand, face the colors, remain at the position of attention, and place your right hand or your hat in your hand over your heart until carry on is sounded. Another ceremony is the customs given when you board a United States Navy or Coast Guard vessel while in uniform. This is the procedure. As you're crossing the brow, you come to attention when you reach the top of the brow. You face aft towards the national ensign, if it's flying, and provide a salute. You then turn towards the officer of the deck and salute, even if the officer of the deck is junior to you. You hold your salute, present your identification, and say, "I request permission to come aboard, sir or ma'am." The officer of the deck will inspect your identification and return your salute and provide you permission to come aboard. To leave the ship in uniform, use the same procedure, only in reverse. You step onto the quarterdeck, face the officer of the deck or the petty officer of the watch, present your ID and a salute. You request permission to go ashore, sir or ma'am. The officer of the deck or the petty officer of the watch will then inspect your identification, will inspect you to make sure you are complying with all requirements for attire, and then give you permission to go ashore. You drop your salute, step onto the brow, and then face aft and salute the national ensign if it's flying. Drop your salute and then go ashore. If you're not in uniform, the procedure is the same, but no salute is required. Also, if it's between sunset and sunrise and no national ensign is flying from the stern, you do not need to face aft and provide a salute. There are times when your ship may not be along the pier. You may be abreast another ship, as this picture depicts, 3 ships abreast. If you're in the outer ship, you may have to cross one or more ships to get to the pier. This requires you to request permission to cross over. The permission and the procedure is the same as trying to get on or off the ship. If you are coming off your ship and crossing over to another ship to get to the pier, you present your ID to the officer of the deck or petty officer of the watch, render a salute, request permission to depart the ship. They will grant your permission. You will go across the brow, salute the national ensign on the stern if it's flying, and then go to the other end of the brow. As you approach the next ship, you do the same. Salute aft to the national ensign if it's flying, and then salute the next ship's officer of the deck, present your ID, and request permission to cross over. This continues until you arrive on the pier. To get back onto your ship, use the same procedure, only reverse. The quarterdeck of a ship is a ceremonial area that should be treated with both respect and honor. You never smoke, eat, or drink on the quarterdeck. Likewise, you do not lounge or loiter in the area of the quarterdeck, and you only cross the quarterdeck when necessary. The officer of the deck, petty officer of the watch, and messengers of the watch are responsible for the actions and cleanliness of the quarterdeck. If you're loitering around the quarterdeck, you will probably be shooed away by one of these watchstanders. It is military etiquette that when you're on board the ship, you should always be in the uniform of the day, unless you're leaving or coming back from liberty. As you move around the inside of the ship, you'll also find that space can sometimes be at a premium. When moving through passageways, you should step aside and allow a senior to pass first. It's also customary, if you are senior and you need to go through the passageway and there's a lot of people, for you to call out "gangway" to inform junior personnel to make their way out so that seniors can pass. I've talked about this military custom before. The fact that the commanding officer of a ship is always called captain, regardless of their rank. If you'll remember, this comes back from the days when there wasn't an established navy, where the warship was merely a merchant vessel that the king had commandeered and placed a company of soldiers aboard. The leader of a company of soldiers is a captain, and over the years, that name has stuck. The military commander of a ship is always called captain. These are only but a few of the military courtesies and traditions aboard Navy ships. There are many more. In fact, there's an entire book dedicated to honors and ceremonies, as well as a book on military and naval etiquette. This is what our culture in the Navy is based on. Over time, a lot of these traditions have become part of our culture. It is who we are as sailors and Marines and Coast Guardsmen. If you have any questions or are interested in more information, please come find me. I'll be more than happy to talk about it. This concludes today's course of instruction.